Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Facebook Live. What's happening, everybody? Hello, YouTube. However you're checking us out, we appreciate it. Marcus here from Aroma Time. And it is 6:30 in the morning on Monday. New week, Monday. Is it June yet or what? Yeah, June 1st. June 1st. Wow. Where's this year going, right? So I'm in the restaurant early this morning because I'm here early every morning. Basically, it's what happens. It's just what we do. So I have what I do is I open the doors every morning, and I turn on the ventilation in the kitchen, and the back doors open, and I try to air the place out as much as possible. Get fresh air in here, replace all the air that was in here. We're getting UV lights for any kind of airborne bacterial things. UV is very effective. They do that for a lot of foods and stuff. So we're getting UV lights. I'm just looking online where to get those. Just to have one extra precautionary step. But as a precautionary step, we open the doors and we get the ventilation on and pull all the air through and get some fresh air through, so it's not stagnant air in here. Even though there's ventilation on during service, it's just nice to get fresh air in. So it's early in the morning. I'm here doing that. I have to run out to Lowe's and grab a few things, doing a garden project today and back. We're making some upgrades to our outdoor dining space. And unfortunately, we're not allowed to let you sit outside yet. New York State is dragging their feet on this, and so is a local municipality. So I'm going to talk about a couple things like that here. So just wanted to let you know, a lot of people are coming in to the restaurant. And they're saying, Marcus, can I just go into your garden and sit down? I just want to take my food, go into your garden and sit down. And I'm like, I can't. Can I sit on your front tables? And I'm like, I can't. In fact, I probably shouldn't even have tables out here on our shoot because the Wi-Fi. So those two, I cannot let you sit there. You cannot sit at those two tables because I will jeopardize my liquor license. I will jeopardize my liquor license here. And people are like, we were packed yesterday. People kept coming in. They kept coming in off the mountain. People kept finding us. And they're like, Marcus, and a lot of them didn't know me, but they're like, we go past all these other restaurants, and all these other restaurants up and down the Hudson Valley are allowing people to sit outside. People are putting tables and chairs outside. As of right now, with the mandate and the phase we're in, we're not allowed to let anybody sit on our property, which totally sucks. I wish the governor would change that. I know the New York State Restaurant Association is lobbying pretty heavy to let restaurants at least do social distance outside seating in their on their property. It would make a huge difference if I could have put 50 more, 60 more, 70, 80 more people through my back garden on Saturday and Sunday each day. That would have made a huge difference financially, like massive difference financially for me, as well as a lot of other restaurants. And I know a lot of other restaurants are doing this. But some restaurants are getting reported for this, and it sucks. Restaurants are getting reported. I just saw Gigi's Trattoria last night. They posted something on Facebook how their table and chairs out front is jeopardizing their certificate of occupancy and their liquor license. I saw Northern Spy last week posted that somebody reported them for letting people sitting on their lawn. Just stupid. It's totally stupid. Yet, yesterday, Ellenville had a protest, very peaceful protest, and people were on top of each other at this protest. They were all standing there on top of each other, and it's like, but you can't sit socially distanced on my parking lot, in my backyard. Insane. Last week I was the town crew, all the employees just sitting in the truck, close together, one on top of each other, no mask, zero mask. And these are town employees. Last week I was at a village meeting. One of the police officers asked me to put my mask back up. Meantime, there's 2 elected officials and 1 village employee sitting in the same room with their masks down or masks off, and the police did not ask them to put their mask on. The police only asked me to put mine on. I'm like, really? And I was shocked that they actually asked me. I was like, you got to do that. I'm looking around like these other elected officials that don't have theirs on. 2 elected officials and 1 village employee, and I'm like, I ignored it at first, and he's like, no, put your mask on. And I'm like, wow, what do I want to say? Limited how they enforce it. I'm like, man, I'm the only one that's getting it pointed out here. So I mean, I also told because the village of Ellenville wants to close the streets down. They want to close the streets down on the weekends to get tons of, not tons of people, but people in the streets and put tables and chairs out there and close it down so you can come to the restaurant so it's like a food court, which is a fantastic idea. I'm all for it. I'm like, this would be great. Close the streets down. They'll waive or forego the open container laws and let you go out in the streets with alcohol on the streets that are sectioned off. And I think it's a fantastic idea, but they're waiting for the Department of Transportation to give a yes answer for them to close the streets off, which they've done it before for the Blueberry Festival and other things. The street gets closed off. So it's probably something that can easily be done, especially in a time like this. I think the government needs to understand, state governments and the local government, that the economy is just tumbling down. Restaurants, businesses. I mean, I'm talking to business owners. They're like, we're not reopening for what they want us to do. And this is non-restaurants. These are other businesses. For what they want us to do, the barriers, the plexiglass, all the updates, testing my employees every 2 weeks. It's like we're not going to be able to open. So I don't know if the government just thinks that once our phase hits, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, that the economy is going to go back. Folks, it's insane how many businesses just won't reopen again. And I hear a lot of restaurants just insanely crying. They're like, this is, and a lot of restaurants are taking their chances letting people sit outside. And when they ask me, I'm like, it's that or your liquor license. So all somebody has to do is report you. It's insane. Police saw a state trooper drive by, whatever. A lot of times they're lenient right now with things just because of the situation, right? But so the village wants to close the streets down. I think it's a fantastic idea out there. Close the streets down Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So they're waiting for the DOT to give their word. And somebody said, well, how about the parking lots? And I'm like, yeah, just the parking lot here, which is right there, the municipal parking lot. And there's another municipal parking lot across over there, just a couple doors up. I'm like, close off like half the parking lot. You can do that tonight. And let people start sitting out tonight and eat. If I had that parking lot open right now, this weekend, if there was a section of that parking lot that was closed off, one row in that other big parking lot over there, that would have made a huge difference in Ellenville this weekend for people to come in. People are on that mountain hiking, biking, running, exploring. That mountain is packed with people. And just to be able to have people come down into Ellenville, still park, because there's tons of parking. I mean, I walked out several times yesterday to monitor the streets. And even in the height of our busyness yesterday, when we had people, at one point we had like 8 people. I'm like, whoa, we have a lot of people in the building. Because there's people picking up and people coming in to get groceries. And I looked at the streets, and the streets have lots and tons of parking because the village is running at a fraction. The restaurants are running at a fraction of the business right now. Close off half the parking lots, let the restaurants put tables out there, and do it now. The village can do that tonight. The village has that power to do that tonight. Instead, they're waiting for the DOT to open up the streets, and the restaurants are dying. It's insanity. It's total insanity. We could have at least done, if I was allowed in my backyard, obviously I told you like 50, 60, 70 more on each day. And that's a huge difference, folks. In the restaurant business, that's huge. The reality is, when we open, we can finally get to our phase, when the government says, when Cuomo says, you're at your phase, you're cleared to open, chances are, all the tables and chairs that I once had here, all 60 tables and chairs, I'll probably only allowed to be up 20, 30 at the most. That's tough to run a business on half occupancy. A little easier for us because our economics are a little different. I own the building. I don't have a huge mortgage payment. But some restaurants have these outsane, ridiculous rent payments, mortgage payments. And some of my friends tell me, or some people tell me, my mortgage payment's this, my rent payment's that. I'm like, oh my gosh. I could absolutely never, it would be so hard for me to run my business. I'd have to buy such cheap ingredients to make a profit. We pride ourselves on very high quality, farm to table, local ingredients, organic, real food. I own my building. I'm at the tail end of the mortgage. My mortgage isn't that much. But I put that money that I'm saving from the rent and the mortgage, these high mortgages and rents, into high quality food. So I'm able to make that great trade off, and put it into really super quality, like wild salmon, grass fed beef, organic this, organic that, local oats, just amazing high quality, high end, very quality foods. And a lot of restaurants are paying these out. Even local restaurants here are paying sometimes outrageous leases, and businesses aren't going to make it. Tax money is not going to be coming in. Ellenville Village could have made a big difference this weekend if they would have just said, you know what, in the meeting last week, that's a great idea. Let's act now. Folks, you've got to, in business, the lesson I'm teaching all of my business clients is Jamie and I consult a lot of restaurant owners. We have an online course called Restaurant Growth Secrets University, and we work with restaurateurs across the country and even abroad. You have to make a decision and move extremely fast right now to keep your business going. You've got to make decisions and say, I'm doing it. Let's do it right now. We made decisions to do in our garden here, and I'm like, I'm buying heaters. We decided, Jamie and I said, well, we should buy heaters. I'm like, I'm buying them today. I'm buying heaters today. I want those heaters here, patio heaters here, all installed, all ready to go. When they turn the light on, and say, hey, you're in your phase, you can have outdoor dining. I want it as comfortable as possible for people. I have new banners printed for out front. We put banners on our fence out there. I have banners printed ready to go the day that our phase is here, phase 3, and that new banner's going up that morning, that night. If they say at midnight, hey, you guys are clear, that banner's going up, because you have to act so fast. And I believe the village could have acted faster, or they haven't acted at all yet, and closed off the parking lots and roped up the parking lots. And that would have made a difference to a lot of people coming into Ellenville yesterday. There's plenty of parking spaces still. And I'm just not sure what's going on with that. So I tried to call last week and get an answer, and of course I couldn't. Let's see. Today's specials: beef broccoli, $9.99. We're going to keep our $9.99 specials going, even after we reopen. The $9.99 specials are a huge hit. The one thing we've already changed, folks, is pizza night. Wednesday nights were closed, back to being closed. For years we've been closed, historically closed on Wednesday nights. When this first happened, we were like, let's open Wednesday, let's figure it out, Honestly, when this first thing happened in March, we thought they were going to shut us down completely and we weren't going to be open. And we were going to be like, we thought we were literally going to have 4 to 6 weeks off, building shut down, throw all the food in the freezer. And so we were like, you know what? This Wednesday, I want to liquidate all my pizza ingredients. It was literally what our mindset was. Buy one, get one pizza is what we did. And it was Justin and I in the kitchen, my son, and we sold like 80 pizzas. And we're like, whoa. And then when we realized that they were keeping us open as an essential business, we're like, well, let's try that again on Wednesday night. And let's try it again. And then we're getting up to 130, 140 pizzas. And we figured out the system after a couple of weeks. It's a lot of work to do pizza night. It is a lot of work. Somebody has to come in early and prep and get everything ready. And you just don't realize how much work goes into it. And a lot of labor goes into it. So we're like, okay, Jamie and I need a night off. 9, 10 weeks, 11 weeks, we had no days off. So we have now being back to close on Wednesdays and enjoying our night off. So that's our day off. So Wednesdays are no longer. We apologize. I'm not sure what kind of pizza deal we're going to be doing in the future. People are asking us for a pizza deal. And honestly, a buy one, get one pizza with the ingredients that we use, the quality and the ingredients are used. The pizza crust is organic. There's no brominated flour. It's a high quality, no chems, no funky ingredients. It's an expensive product. And the cheese that we use, and of course the tomatoes, the local beefsteak tomatoes, all that's expensive. So when you look at the numbers, it's tough. It's tough to continue that. Any business owner would say, Marcus, I don't know why you're doing that, because it's the only thing you're offering. If we could offer other things, and if you could sit down and order a buy one, get one pizza and still drink 2 beers, 1 beer each, glass of wine, a bottle of wine, we'd make money on that. The pizza's not really money, especially with the labor in it. It's like, whoa, you do all this work all day for a couple $100 profit, if that. And that's really if that. So if you're allowed to come in and be able to order beer and able to order other things at full price, it would be a total wash. And it would be a great idea, because it's a lost leader and gets people in the door. But just to do that, a lost leader with no other sales is tough to grasp financially, very tough to grasp, especially when it's our only day off that we could be having off. So that's the reason we've stopped that. Like I said, doing a garden project today out back. Not going to reveal the garden project yet until it's done, but I have to go to Lowe's and get a bunch of things. this morning. So it's gonna be exciting. We'll post pictures once it's in its end completion. So it's a really cool thing we're doing out back in the garden. Garden's planted, got kale growing, got tons of herbs and basil, all kinds of stuff like that. Still have to plant 1 or 2 more beds of things. So hopefully get on that this week. Let's see. So hopefully the village will make a decision here and close the parking lots off. And I said, close them off every day. Folks, our streets are dead right now. Our streets are dead. All day long, our streets are dead. I walk out and look at the streets. There's a couple restaurants that have a couple cars in front of them. That's it at a time. No other businesses are really open. The parking lot's always empty. Close off 1 row on both municipal parking lots. Let restaurants put tables out there and just go for it. I don't know what the village is waiting for on that. I really, really, really don't know. I'm going to try to reach out to the village again today and figure that out. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. The cat post that we did yesterday, if you saw our Facebook Live yesterday, the cat that we had up back, the white cat, that was a feral cat that was not used to people, ran away from everybody, was dumpster diving for several months in our dumpster. We started feeding it. She had a kitten last year. We don't know what happened to the kitten. The kitten disappeared, but the mom was still around. Maybe the kitten got a home because we kind of got used to the kitten. The kitten got used to us and would walk up to us finally, and then the kitten disappeared. Mom took the kitten away. Kitten disappeared. The mom was still here all winter. We fed her, and back in the beginning of April, about a month or so ago, end of April, she got used to us and started letting us pet her and started rubbing up against us and became this really amazing, lovable cat. We tried to get her a home right off the bat, do a Facebook Live once this happened. Had 2 people that were interested, and then we realized, looks like mom's pregnant. And oh boy, was mom pregnant. Courtney, our daughter, took her home last week. Our daughter rehabs cats a lot. She has a cat right now with no back legs, just stubs in the back legs that she's rehabbing. She brought in a cat last year that has a very severely deformed front leg. So she rehabs cats and hopefully gets some homes. So she's like, well, let's get the cat to the house, get her isolated, let her have her kittens inside a building instead of in who knows where she was sleeping out here, and get the kittens used to people so that we can get them home. So I did a Facebook Live yesterday. She had 5 kittens yesterday. 5 kittens, and most of them are spoken up for. I think even mom's going to get a good home out of this. So her name is Riesling. She's a beautiful white cat, beautiful, loving white cat, and she is happy as can be with her babies, purring all day yesterday, and letting Courtney and us pick up the babies, and very, very friendly. So we did a Facebook Live yesterday with that, asking people to share. We had 3 or 4 people right off the bat said, yes, want a kitten, want this one, want that one. There was 3 females and 2 males, I believe, or 3 males, 2 females. I'm not sure. Courtney knows exactly. And so that was a great Facebook Live yesterday. So thank you, everybody, for your help and your support with that. We've rescued a lot of cats that have been in the backyard over the years, about 6 of them over the last 17 years, where we've been able to take them from the furrow stage, from literally dumpster diving and running when they see somebody, to being able to acclimate them to people and getting them good homes. The last cat before this one was a cat called Peanut Butter, PB. And PB was like one of my favorites over the years, because he first came up to me. I was the first one that he was able to acclimate to, and he would run after me like a dog. I'd walk through the backyard, go back next door to my office, which is in a different building, and he'd literally run and jump on me. Not with his claws, just run and jump and run and jump and run and jump and follow me everywhere. It was great. And then when I let him in the office, he would just sit at my feet all day, and while I would work, and just sit there at my feet. And when I walk out, he'd follow me out just like a dog. It was great. It was tough for me to give him up. Somebody showed up to because we put it out there, hey, this cat needs a home. And this young lady showed up, and she goes, oh, I'm going to get him for my grandma. And I was like, okay, great. So we started asking questions. Turned out grandma had like 18 cats already. And Jamie looked at me, and Jamie's like, you're going to let PB go to a home with 18 other cats? I'm like, ugh. And so we didn't let PB go. So we do screen who the cats go to, so we just won't give anybody a cat. PB ended up getting a great home in Connecticut, and we get pictures from the owner of PB's updates. How PB got the home was, I was sitting out front one night on our sidewalk in the summer, and the Shadowlands out, and of course PB was with me because PB followed me everywhere, and PB was at my feet. And so I was like, oh, look at that cute cat and this and that. And then I'm like, the cat is up for adoption to the right home. And they go, really? You know, my mom might like the cat and from Connecticut. And so it turned out that's how the cat got a home, because the cat, again, would follow me all around and was sitting with me out front, just sitting on my feet out there. So that's how PB got his home. And my daughter takes the cats, gets all the cats fixed. My daughter does work at the vet office in Rock Hill, so she makes sure that all the cats are current, up to date, things like that. We've always done that with the cats. So mom is going to get fixed after this. After, you know, she can go get fixed, mom will get fixed, and then Courtney will make sure all the kittens are up to date with shots and everything they need for the homes, for people taking them. So, and of course, hopefully our plan is to get them all into good homes. So that's the situation of that. I have to get running to Lowe's and a couple other things. Jamie will be on today, Facebook Live, today at 4 o'clock. I'm not sure if she has a drink in mind. Our slushie machines that are back there, right, let's see, right, where are they? Right there, our slushie machines were a massive hit this weekend, like massive hit. We sold so many Negronis and so much Frosé. It was insane how much we sold. People just walked in and goes, you have a frozen drink machine. It was a beautiful weekend. They're like, yes, adult alcoholic beverages in there, and people were taking them out like crazy. So that's the deal with that. Those are here, up and going. And that's it, folks. I got to get running. Oh, the new IPA 4-packs are out. The new ones. The new ones have Alchemist Folkelbanger in it. Those are the new ones. They are here. They will go very, very, very fast. Cosmic Handshake from 6 Point, and 2 breweries from upstate New York that a lot of people in the Hudson Valley know about, beer drinkers know about, but you can't get them here. Cody pulled some strings to get these beers. So Trip Hammer Cue Ball and Young Lion, the New England IPA, are in the 4-packs this week. So you got some really, really awesome, hard to get beers in that 4-pack. They're sitting here. They're on ice right now. They're here. They're ready to rock and roll. That will be. We get 4 cases of these every week of different ones, and they go pretty quick. All right, I really got to get going now, folks. Thanks for your support. We appreciate it. 647-3000. Place your orders. Info to RomanTimeBistro.com for your grocery orders. RomanTimeBistro.com has the full grocery list updated. Our menu should be fully updated on our website and on Yelp and on TripAdvisor. We try to really keep up to date on that right now, and we pay a service that we have to input our data, and then this service will blanket a bunch of like Google and things like that to make sure our menu is up to date. So hopefully, whatever online platform you're on, our menu is up to date. That's our intent, to make sure it is up to date, because we did change some things. The local broccoli rabe right now is amazing. I tried to order more for Wednesday, and it's already gone from Migliori Farms here in New Paltz. They don't have any more. I'm watching the list for asparagus. It showed up, but there's no inventory to order from any farms. We're waiting for local asparagus any day now, any week now. It should be here, like it's June 1st. Local asparagus should be here. And that's it. Thanks everybody for watching, folks. If you watched live, drop a comment, #live. If you're watching the replay, #replay. If you know any village officials, tell them let's close let's close off part of the parking lot here and get the restaurants being able to at least for you to take your food into the municipal parking lots. We have 2 big parking lots here. We don't need the parking lots to their extent right now. Or if you are a village official, let's get the ball rolling and do this. Restaurants, we need the business. We need the business. People are on the mountain hiking at Sam's Point. They're on the long path. They're on the SRT trail. They're here. They're going to the waterfall. They're finding the restaurant because they go online and they go on Google and look for restaurants, and they find restaurants on Yelp, TripAdvisor, and on through Google. They find us all, and they're coming into town here, and people just say, we just want to sit down and eat. And they keep saying, we just want to sit in your garden, Mark. We just want to sit in your front. And I cannot let you sit on my premises. You sit on my premises, I will jeopardize my liquor license, my certificate of occupancy, everything. It's not worth it. But the village has the powers to close off the parking lots, to rope them off, to segregate them, and put some tables out there and say, here you go, everybody. When you come into town, because Ellenville, folks, Ellenville is a happening place for hikers, outdoors, kayak, hang gliding. Ellenville is a happening place for that. People, the state parks, the DEC properties, Lundy, the Schwankuk Forces, DEC properties, everything's packed. Everything is packed all weekend long. They're turning cars away. The parking lots aren't big enough. These people, once they hike, they come into Ellenville, they're looking for meals. If the village could literally rope off the parking lots on the weekends, even in the middle of the week, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on in Ellenville right now. The parking lots are empty, the streets are empty. The village needs to get on this right away and close these off and figure this out instead of waiting for the DOT to say you can close off 52, Route 52 during Canal Street on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Let's get rocking and rolling with this. A lot of other villages, a lot of other municipalities are on this too, I hear, that they want to do this. So at first, when the rumor first went out there 3 weeks ago, it was like, oh, Ellenville's going to do this. That's going to be great. Now a lot of other villages are on this. Cities are on this. They're trying to do this. So Ellenville won't be unique in that aspect. But getting the people off the mountain and down here for business, us restaurants need that business. We need that business big time. Every single restaurant here could use that. So hopefully the village, if you're a village official, let's get on this. If you know a village official, tell them to get on this and let's rock and roll and get these parking lots sectioned off and do socially distanced public dining. All right, that's it, folks. I got to get going. Talk to you later.